What do you see, little puppy? Lots of squirrels and rabbits. Here we are at the Outdoor World Pine Country, now 1,000 Trails. This is where we're staying. We've stayed for a couple months now here in Illinois. The closest town is called Belvedere, Illinois, known for its Chrysler plant. It's where they make a bunch of Jeeps. They also are making the new Dodge Dart, the big Chrysler plant down here. It's about 60 to 90 miles out of Chicago, and this is a big field, and that's the main activity center. It's got a big covered area. We'll walk down there, and then it has a large number, a lot of these in the kind of Midwest, I guess, the East, have a large number of permanent or sold lots. Like these are their permanent vacation site. You know, they buy the site, they put their camper on it and kind of customize it. There's a lot of these here. There's quite a probably 70-80% of this whole place is people that come here on vacation every weekend, like their weekend cabin, except it's a weekend campsite. And there's a puppy dog. This is the walk we go on most of the mornings. See, it's got tent sites that are up here. And it's a nice big, they call them preserves. It's a nice big preserve. There's a little bat house. The different activities they do on the weekends?
Yeah. The Wet and Wild.
Oh yeah, they have, this is our morning walk. It's about 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Okay, maybe not 5:30, more like 7. Just getting up, so probably really pleasant looking hair. But they have a lot of theme weekends. A number of places don't really do that, but this one, because of all the weekend people and regulars that they get here, they have Wet and Wild weekend. They have like a back to school weekend. They had a luau. They have a number of different things. They have a really huge pool here, and that will be part of what I show you coming up. And it was really neat because you could fit a lot of people in it. Some of the normal sized pools, you know, it gets hot out. Get a couple of old folks in it, a couple of kids in it, and that's about it. Everybody just has to kind of sit around. This one is huge, so get a bunch of people in. What we're doing right now is just take a walk on a little trail. This trail goes around to the other side of the campground, and we're going through what are now called the, I forget the name of them, primitive sites or regular sites. They're more for tent camping. So, oh, hello. They're more for tent camping, so you know there's no service, there's no water and electric at them. This is a neat site right here. It's a big group site, so you can have different things. There's Julie, the director, over there. She's directing a bunch of nice campsites here. The weather here has been very nice. We've had a couple of thunderstorms where the little radio thing comes on, beep beep beep, a severe thunderstorm warning, and none of them hit us really directly. They've kind of been around us. There have been a couple where there's been pretty high winds, shake the RV pretty good. There were a couple that ripped up people's awnings and overturned some things and put a pretty big tree down further down the campground there. But we haven't had the golf ball size hail and stuff like that they've seen in other parts of this area. Yeah, and these are just the different routes. It doesn't matter, either one. And different trails that go down. We've been here for a couple months, and the first week or so, I got a job at Belmar Country Club. Really kind of a neat place place that was built in the 1919, so it'd been around here for a long time. It's a private club. Up until a couple years ago, it went bankrupt, was in receivership, or was owned by the bank. Local guy here bought that course and two others out of bankruptcy. Not really, just as an investor, you know, he's not like a big golfer. And yet his son is kind of running the course, who was about my age, and so I got hired on there to kind of help him out for a couple months through the end of the season, which is pretty much coming up here pretty quick. We're actually today's my last day working there, and we're gonna head down to just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, a place called Wilmington. And I can't remember if the campground's name is Wilmington or if is the city name Wilmington? I think it might be just a campground. But it's kind of a neat place, and so we'll definitely report back from there. Rockford is kind of the nearest big town, which is more like big meaning big like Bend, 50, 100,000 people or something. It's got a college there, and has a really neat children's museum that we went to. Has a not a lot of other stuff, but it's so close to Chicago here that's if you really want an outing, that's probably where you go. We've been not to Chicago proper. Julie's been down a couple times for work, but we've been down to Schaumburg once. We were down to Lake Geneva, or up to Lake Geneva. What was the other one? Lake Zurich?
Yeah, Palatine.
Lake Geneva's up in Wisconsin. And then we were in Palatine. All these are little suburbs of Chicago. Lake Forest, which is kind of up a little north of Chicago, really nice area. Yeah, Julie had a slumber party with Shave On, so that was neat. And then the boys and I went out there. That was a lot of fun. We went out and had a kind of a barbecue, and he had a lot of airsoft pistols and rifles, so the boys and I were having all sorts of fun with airsoft guns, shooting targets. It's pretty exciting for the boys and me. Shooting targets on somebody's big nice house. And now we're back through some of the campsites there, and then we're back through more of the regular sites on this side. They had a really neat thing. They got a movie night, and there's a guy down here on the end who puts up a huge screen and has a projector and stuff and projects, and there's a big open field on the other side of his property. I'll show you. And so he plays a movie and has popcorn and hot dogs. And what's that? Nachos, yeah, nachos. And he doesn't charge for any of it. It's just there's a little cup there for donations, and so it's really kind of a neat deal. But like I said, because so many of these are permanent sites, the people are
the only people here.
Yeah, I mean it looks like we're the only people here. We're obviously not the only people, but we are probably of say 200 or 300 campsites. There might be 20 that people are at right now, and come Friday and Saturday, the place will be packed full of people. And then again, Sunday night, they'll pack up and leave Sunday night or maybe early Monday morning. So it's pretty much dead here during the week. We got a run of the place, and then the weekends turns into a big party. So yeah, it's a neat place. I'm gonna switch you over to the other side. You're gonna see the back side of the pool over there, kind of through there. We'll go by it, and then the back side of the pavilion. Oh yeah, Chicago Bears. Yeah, they're all over. Bears fans parking. Bears fans. But you see, we're so close to Chicago here. This is definitely Chicago Bear country, although there's a lot of Packers fans here too, so that's a nice little rivalry. Here we go. This is the big field where everybody would sit, and they would put this big, right over here, he put this huge screen right there, project it up there, and then we all sit out here. Have pretty good sound and stuff. You can hear it pretty well. There's a lot. The other thing I like about this place is there's a lot of open space, a lot of grass, a lot of place for dogs to run, kids to play around. Up there is the gate. We come in. There's 2 ponds here. The problem that they're having with the ponds right now is that there's been pretty much a Midwest, almost a nationwide drought, and the ponds are really, really low, meaning there's tons of algae in them and a lot of mud and stuff. So they're not as pleasant as they probably would be normally. There's a pond. There's a little creek that runs right here, and then there's a pond right back here. There's another one if you go back over that way, and that's the fishing pond, or at least the one that you can fish at right now. And we went fishing, boys and I went fishing a couple times, that we didn't catch anything, but we didn't really go at the right time. We're kind of going midday, but it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun at it. All right, and this is kind of around, so if you pull in through the entry gate, you pull into here. This is the clubhouse. They got a neat play structure. Yeah, boys have had a ton of fun, even though it's not real big. It's a nice play structure, and then they have it kind of walled off with the bark chips in it, and that makes for a neat place to play with the friends that they've met here. Some very interesting friends. And the other thing that's neat about this pavilion clubhouse / area, they got basketball hoops underneath the overhang, so they're covered. You can come down here and shoot hoops even if it's raining, which it hasn't done a whole lot, but when it has rained, it's usually rained pretty hard. But the unfortunate thing is messing with the arc of my shot, because the roof, if I get one of my nice rainbows coming in, I'm usually hitting one of those cross members. So I gotta jump up and dunk it with authority. My hops. Oh, little birdie. So this is the big pavilion area. They have where they've had family reunions here. They had a Special Olympics thing here. They've had during their theme weekends, they've had kind of a carnival thing where they had all these different stations out here set up for throwing the bean bag and doing stuff like that. And then there's Julie Director Julie. The ping pong.
I don't think it's on. I'm just kidding.
Oh God. What?
I'm just fooling you.
Yeah. There's a ping pong. We're getting to be expert ping pong players. Me and the boys and Julie would come down here. And one of the fun things we invented was you have a person standing here, a person standing on the other side, a person there, and a person there. And so this person serves, this person hits, and then we all have to rotate. And so we're basically running around the table as you're playing. We'll go ahead and take credit for that invention. I'm sure somebody else has thought of it at some point. Oh, this obviously is not going to be the best view. This is the pool, and right now they have closed it. It's been closed for about 2 weeks now. Closed it on Labor Day. So what was a beautiful, nice, big, huge pool with the kind of light blue water, they have drained most of the water out, and it's really brown and ugly now. But it was a really nice pool. The thing again I said about it was big. You could fit a lot of people in it. There's kind of the pool house where you have the changing rooms and stuff. They have showers in there. This is the inside. I don't think it's open yet, so I'll just kind of peek in and give you a walkthrough real quick. Inside again, they have a big, just kind of open area over this area with they got tables and chairs, stuff for people to sit, have birthday parties and whatnot. Over this side, you can't see. Let me get my hand up. You can see some couches right there. Well, those are lined up. There's a TV back over here, so you got a TV and a VCR. They have a bunch of VCR movies, which is always fun to tell the kids, and they're going, yeah, just go back a couple chapters. What? Doesn't do that. It rewinds. It's actually a tape. What's that? Yeah, exactly. This is kind of the backside, more of the campsites. And then this is the front here of the pool house. And then we're heading back up. You can see where we started our walk was right up there by that trailer. So we'll walk up that way again because that's right about where we are. I'll show you where our campsite is. Since we've been here, we've had to be in a couple different sites, but we've got some pretty good ones. The site we're in right now is Site 66, and it is a nice grassy site, got lots of grass, nice picnic table. I like the way that the RV is parked on it. The awning comes down real nice, provides good shade. It has been really hot here for the majority, especially the first month or so we were here. It was probably in the 90s most of the time. And with the humidity here, the relative humidity made it very hot. So it would be like, say, 92 degrees, but with the humidity it would feel like 98. This is again that big field. There's a big fire pit there. You can see back over there. Back in there is where the primitive sites are, tent camping. Back over that way is where the movie was. There's another pavilion over there. Got volleyball over there. Shuffleboard is over there. Sun's coming out. Warming up a little bit. This is the first morning that I've been out for a walk with Julie and worn a windbreaker. And definitely the first morning that you've needed one. Come around here. Nope, there's the rig. There she is, baby. There's our spot. So yeah, you can see that, you know, these people right here next to us. That's a permanent site. And then these ones, all these ones over here, so we're kind of in the middle of a bunch of ones that are permanent sites. Here's the baby, there's the rig. There's the car. Mom opened all the windows up this morning. Nice to do that to get the sun coming through. And then we had a thunderstorm warning yesterday. So we put all the awning up, and we've been good about packing and getting stuff most put away. And so here's the spot. You see the picnic table, and that's where we had marshmallow and hot dog roast there just the other day. And got the bikes, and that's our shoe rack for when we're don't want to take our shoes inside.
She smells under there. She wants to rub it.
Oh really? Yeah, there's been a couple days where I think they have skunks around here. Well, they have skunks all over the place, but I think they have skunks that come through here during the weekdays when there's nobody around, and kind of clean up any leftover hot dogs and whatnot. What are you smelling, puppy? You smell skunk? There's something. Oh boy, there's something. All right, puppy. Alrighty, well that's kind of the run of the place.
Tell me you met the dog washer.
And this is, oh yeah, and this is again Pine Country in Belvedere, Ohio, and yeah, that's part of the charm. Yeah, at the course that I worked at, I met a guy, and they make these. They make car washes, like big car washes that obviously people run through. Like what are the ones back home? Hannah Car Wash, and what's the other one? Yeah. Anyway, they started manufacturing and making these pet washes. So it's like a mini car wash, but for dogs. And so we've seen a couple like alongside large grocery stores and where car washes are, obviously. But it's like an enclosed area, and it's got the tub and water and things like that. Anyway, it's pretty good idea, I think. Anyway,
She doesn't want to go inside. She wants to smell the skunk. I'm freezing though.
yeah, I know. It's cold in there. Cold. Alrighty, well that's pretty much it here for Pine Country. I'm sure
I'll
there's
tell
more.
them the Skinners.
There's the ad. Oh yeah, the Skinner's there's a company called DR Skinner, and we got here just in time for the fair, the Boone County Fair, which was a very big fair and a pretty nice one. It's rated as one of the best county fairs in the Midwest. And the amusement park people, the ones that operate all the throw the rings on the pop bottles, throw the darts, and all the rides and clown houses and stuff like that. The company here that does it is a company called DR Skinner. Anyway, I met the guy. He golfs regularly at the Belmar Country Club, so I met with him, talked with him, and he was telling us about all the areas that they cover, and pretty much from Wisconsin and Minnesota and the Dakotas down through Texas, and so they operate a lot of it, have a lot of stuff. They got a lot of carny stuff, so that was interesting. Alrighty.